Good morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 2552. I'm your host, Arwin. And before I start this show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the gift card, PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are all in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel and support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it. So yeah, please support your local Arwin. That would be great. Right, so yeah, starting really late today, as I said. I still felt like doing a show. So yeah, here I am. But yeah. 3:30 p.m. Amsterdam time today. Ooh. Anyway, the weather is big gray soup. Lots of wind. It's super restless. There's no sun coming through this. It's cold. It's not super cold, but it's still cold enough with the wind. It's just kind of a gray day. Could be some rain here and there. Haven't really seen it thus far. A little bit at night, but just tiny bits. There's no real big rainstorms or anything, nothing like that. It's mostly just like cold and dry and windy and restless. Ugh. Anyway, temperature should be going up by next weekend, so looking forward to that if and when that happens. Right. So, it is Thursday, the 19th of February 2026. Temperatures 3 degrees Celsius with 85% humidity, 21 kilometers an hour wind and 20% precipitation. And yeah, it should be getting better tomorrow. Looking forward to it. No freezing, but with snow? What? No, the snow warning's gone. There was no snow, by the way. So, I think, was it yesterday? There was just, was that yesterday? Or the day before, there was just like a little bit of hail, but I mean tiny hailstones, is barely noticeable, and it went away quickly. But I mean, yeah, no more piles of snow like the other night. When was that? Monday or Sunday? Don't remember. It all melted anyway before I even started the show. I mentioned it. Right. So, hope everybody's having a good Thursday thus far. I'm starting late, so I'm probably also gonna round out the show relatively quick. I just wanted to say hello, and the trolls have already found me and started piling on the downvotes before I even started the show, but I mean, who cares? Somebody Rogan's it up too. That's kind of nice. Thank you for that, whoever that is. Very late with my first coffee today. Oh yeah, and of course yesterday I went out because I had an appointment. Yeah, and when I got back, it hailed a little. Now I remember. It was yesterday. Hello, Tori Pururoku. Good to see you again. Hope you're having a good night. It's probably really late for you right now, but nice of you to say hello. Let's see what's going on out there. I haven't even checked the news or anything. Confirmation. Epstein had connection with Ukrainian biolabs. And the government lied about its involvement. Of course. I mean, I've been hearing about that for quite a while. It's kind of funny, and it's not literally funny, it's just telling or typical that it's all this stuff. I already knew that, and now it's being confirmed because of the Epstein files. So it's just like a lot of confirmation of things that I already knew were going on. But I mean, it's good, I guess, because now it's out in the open, and it does seem like things are happening as a consequence. Although not arrests, though. No arrests. Or at least not in the United States. It really does look like Trump is just trying to protect certain individuals. And also there's this suspicion that it has to do with something with his wife, that Melania. That's some weird pornos adjacent type relations, or something dirty that's just slightly dirty, really insignificant in the face of everything that's going on thing in the past, and he just does not want that to come out. He's afraid of. That's a suspicion, at least. I mean, I don't know if that's really true. It could be that, and it could also be just protecting certain buddies that were really dirty and did, like, basically, yeah, go to Epstein Island and did some disgusting stuff. Because, I mean, yeah, Trump does have Jew friends, and a lot of them, yeah, well, they do that sort of thing, right? So yeah, that's kind of like the rough situation. That's interesting. I didn't know that. But I mean, Tori Puroku, it would be interesting to hear why you called your account Tori Puroku when that does actually translate to 3 times 6. I would like to hear the reason for that. And I bet Wukachu really does too. But I mean, it could be like seriously, it could be like a cultural thing. They look at it differently. I mean, in Japan, white is the color of death and black isn't. It's actually the color of life. Like, they got that reversed. And that's very serious. It's like the Japanese Gothics wear all white and they're like spooky. Like, I've seen that. So, I don't know, maybe yeah. It would be interesting to hear why Teripuru. And I'm not like holding it against you, I think. It's just, I'm curious. Right? Yeah, I thought something like that. 7 is a lucky number. Yeah, that is similar. Neutral though, 6 neutral. That's interesting. Why did he stop talking like a caveman? What the fuck are you talking about, Wakachu? Now you're just being rude. He isn't. He's still talking the same. Like, I mean, I kind of believe him. So, hey, and if it was secretly a Satanist pretending to be a Japanese, well, then he's done a really damn good job covering for it. Like, that's like good trickery. Then you got me fooled. He's a troll. Oh yeah. You should be. Well, if you're gonna just be hysterical, look at you there, then yeah, because I will then ban you for the behavior. If you're just gonna get all hysterical and just attack everybody that still likes to hang around here, then yeah. So just don't do that then. Right? Or I might have to start calling you Tarot again. I know you love that. So just leave it. Yeah, he addressed it. He didn't run away. If anything that he just said is like completely total nonsense, and he just made it up and it isn't anything like that in Japanese, then hey, you could tell me like, yeah, that makes no sense what he said, but I don't think so, because you haven't. So, yeah. He addressed it. It's more than I can say for most. Your name is Cleary. Oh, goody. Could you just be Tarot? Just kidding. But, I mean, that makes sense, that you're Cleary. I know you still hang around me all the time. And that's fine. Until it's not fine and you just go out of control again. I'll start shitting on Jesus, which is not acceptable to me. But yeah, fine. So yeah, Turipuru, I mean, I have a history with this guy for years, so... But I mean, I see him as kind of neutral. Sometimes he's kind of cool. Sometimes he just really is obnoxious. Right. So don't worry about him too much. Yeah, what have you been up to? Is your dad out of the hospital again? Or he was already, I think. But I kind of would like to hear how it all went with him trying out the ivermectin and all that. Like, did it do something for him? Like, can he notice? Like, because he might have had some parasites eating all the sushi and all that. Right. Anyhow, let me continue scrolling through the news. Oh yeah, by the way, a really silly thing on my side. Really silly. Like yesterday I was all like, oh, what the hell, I got my my voting pass in just the day before. What is this? It never happens. And then I literally went to where normally the voting booth is. Turns out I was a month too early. So I was there, it's like, oh shit, I'm not too late, am I? It's all gone. And they're like, that's 18th of March. And I'm like, yeah? Yeah, it's 18th of February. Oh. Whoops. Like, I guess I'm totally freaking disoriented now with my time sense. I thought it was March. It's like, it was just... Maybe it's just because I want to get through it. I was just like, can it just be April already? I'm so sick of this winter already. Ugh. But yeah, that was kind of weird. Stop ivermectin. Warning. Okay. Well, even just taking it a couple of times should have some impact. Positive. Get some parasites out, because that usually already happens in like the first dose. So. Right, glad he's doing good, Toripuro. When you eat raw fish and all that, you should periodically do parasite cleanses. Because they do come with it. It just happens. And they are like a general burden on your system. It's usually not even that terrible. I mean, if it is, you'll notice it right away. But, I mean, because that's the funny thing with parasites, if you just are used to it all your life, you do kind of like adapt to it a bit, and then it doesn't even burden you as much because you're used to, your metabolism is used to dealing with it. It's only certain parasites that can just like completely grow out of control and potentially kill you, but most of the time that doesn't really happen. They just kind of like want to sit there and do a thing. And sometimes that thing can even, oddly enough, be beneficial in some way, but I mean, this is all just still, it's kind of out there. It's such a different view on, like, nature entirely. Right, anyway. Eat ginger when eating sushi. Right, yeah, that is good. Ginger's very healthy and can indeed also be cleansing. So yeah, that might actually help. That's interesting. Right, I think your dad's probably doing pretty good. Besides a heart issue, that is. Hope that heals up fine and all that. I would really, though, on the long run, start to look into like what kind of oils and fats he is taking, because that will have a significant influence. When I brought that up, it's like you need the good type of fats. You need to like avoid all seed oils, and because they're in everything. And in Japan they also have a habit of doing that, but you got to be very careful with what types. You just gotta avoid most of the types of seed oil, like as much as you can. And yeah, that might be difficult because some might be completely standardized in cooking. And it's like, yeah, you're not gonna find a restaurant that's gonna do that. But in general, I would recommend, when it comes to fats and oils, stick to beef, lard, organic butter, coconut oil, olive oil, no, that's pretty much it. Like, those are actually the types of fat that you want to have to use for cooking or just for whatever, and not things like sunflower oil or grapeseed oil, that kind of thing. Like, especially if you're gonna heat it, like, you want to avoid that, because yeah, like, I'm pretty certain that is, like, if you avoid that, it will overall help the heart health and your whole system. Like, it will help. And it really has, like, because it's been normalized for such a long time to like use seed oils, and it's now been, after decades and decades of that having been applied industrially, it's really come out like, yeah, this is actually not good at all. Like, heating seed oils, especially when you use them for frying, it's terrible. And I've noticed it personally. It's like, if I fry French fries in seed oils like sunflower oil, I can literally feel it burdening me. I did that one time to try it out, and it like made me feel retarded for like a day. It's very freaky. It's like, I do not want to use that ever again. Like, I'm never doing that again. Sunflower oil I really try to avoid. It might not be that much of an impact with other people, but with me it's like a real big impact. Like I'm avoiding that shit. Sunflower's not good for me. I call it the retard oil, because it like just, yeah, it just does that. It just you just become numbed. Yeah. So yeah, that might be a tip you could still forward a bit. And in general, anybody out there listening, like that, these are good food tips. It really matters. Like the types of oils you're going to use for cooking, it really matters a lot. It's just like the difference between drinking raw milk and heating up milk, like for hot chocolate or whatever you're gonna make it. Like massive difference for your health. And it's these little things that just matter so much. They can literally, on the long run, if it's habitual, it can mean the difference between life and death. Use sesame and rapeseed oil. Yeah. Look into it. Look into if there's health concerns about heating that. Or I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's like canola oil. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, they call it a healthy cooking oil. It isn't. Like sunflower oil. Yeah. No. I mean, if you eat it raw, like you put it over your salad or whatever, or you just mix it in, I mean, I bet it's good then. But if you heat it, you see, they don't really figure this out. If you heat it, it's not gonna be the same. And that's with most of them. With olive oil, it isn't. Like, olive oil doesn't like become really damaged from it unless you overheat it. My mom wanted to use olive. Yes, no soybean oil. No, don't do that. But yeah, olive oil. Olive oil, coconut oil, butter, lard. Like beef fat. Like these are the best. Like they're like that can never go wrong, and you can combine them if you like, right? But yeah, olive oil. And it's kind of funny because the olive is technically not a seed oil, so it's like a fruit. But yeah, soybean, sesame, rapeseed, those are literally seeds. Why no soy? It's because it's soy. It's not like it also is gonna do just, yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it, you know, you don't have to. I know it's like very normal in Japan to do that, but it's not good. Need high heat for deep fry. Yeah, well, it doesn't need to be that high heat. Like I use olive oil, it has a lower frying temperature, but it's fine. Yeah, what's the difference? It fries a little bit less quick. You need to take a couple of more minutes. That's it. But it is way more healthy. But yeah. but it is way more healthy. But yeah. Like, but yeah. I understand. It's like, yeah, but the convenience of this though is so much quicker. But yeah, I understand. It's like, yeah, but the convenience of this though is so much quicker. Into that because of the convenience, not that was freaky. Yeah, OBS just suddenly died into the red there. Didn't notice that. Back, it's just gonna skip to this immediately. That's how it works, I've noticed. Don't know how that happened. It seems to be completely stable again now, so that's good. But it just like lapsed all of a sudden. Right, anyway, that's for the food tips. Jesus, what's up with the 100 viewers? Where the hell did I go? Oh, there's another troll wave. What the fuck is the point of this? Maybe these fucking retard trolls are just trying to figure out how much they can actually pile on the downvotes. What the maximum is. I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's such a freaking waste of time. They can actually pile on the downvotes. Where the hell did I go? Figure out what the fuck is the point of this? Viewers, where the hell did I go? Right, so that's in the title now. Coconut oil have high bad fat? I disagree. But I mean, it depends though. You'd need it organic. But I mean, yeah. I wouldn't take non-organic coconut oil. I would never use that. But I mean, I do use the organic and it is really good. Like, you can like even use it just as a cream, just as is. It's great. But yeah, I've never even tried any non-organic coconut oil. It probably wouldn't be all that great, I bet. So you really want the organic variant. You read not all olive oil is olive, many made from soy. No. That's ridiculous. That's literally... It's in a product, in a prefab product, then they might say it and it's not really all that much of olive oil. But if it's just a bottle of olive oil, it's gonna be olive oil. That would be crazy. They just gave you something else. Yeah, I mean, that's just fraud. So I've never heard of that before. Except that there's like lots of rumors that that it's all corrupted, but I mean, these are just rumors though. I don't think so. Lots of people also, like, throughout my life said like, oh, organic, it's all a fraud, they just call it organic, it's not really. And it's like, yeah, no, you just don't want to deal with it, because I'm eating it, I'm living it, and it is like measurably better. So yeah, I'm not buying into that kind of black pill rumors. People make up that it's corrupt because they just don't want to do it. That happens a lot, especially with young people. So for just logo on food, is that like Japanese organic? Hard to find and expensive. I bet. Yeah, pick carefully. Like, use it sparingly, use it wisely. Reuse it if possible. Like, yeah, olive oil here is organic. It is expensive. I mean, it really is. It's like, how much is that? 15 euros for a liter of it? But I mean, I reuse it. I use it for frying, and I just reuse it all the time until eventually it's just become dirty, and then I have to replace it. But I use it a lot. Right. So yeah, it could be difficult. I get it. I don't know like how much even like organic food branding is a thing in Japan. It might not have hit off that much. In Japan. I mean, it really hit off in Europe. I'm very happy about that, because it's like a whole thing. It's a whole sector here, and yeah, it kind of like grew up with the liberals in a way. But I mean, the people in there are also, a lot of them are like really libertarian, or they're really like, yeah, we're not buying into this extremism, and they're very smart because they're very healthy. They eat very healthy, so they're not so easily tricked and mind controlled. It's more old liberal, and I really, that's why that's what I am. That's how I feel. I'm part of that legacy. When there was still a point to it, and it wasn't just all devil shit and just eugenics and trying to end humanity for the earth and all that nonsense. So yeah, I don't know how much of an organic revolution even happened in Japan. It might just be reserved for the rich. I don't know. But I mean, if you have the luxury to really pick your food sources, where you basically can go to the garden or to the farm where they make it, then you can figure out if that's a really good source or not, because of what type of foods they use for their animals, what type of soil they use for the crops, how they treat everything. If you just pick the right place and go there, well, then you're funding them locally, and you get exactly what you need. It becomes reliable, right? just going by supermarket may not always do that. Or just that people are not, that little farm guys or whatever that are doing their best to create health foods, they're not gonna make the effort to like standardize things with all the costs that come with that, just so they can sell it in the supermarket organically. A lot of them are just not gonna do that, but you just have to then find them locally. But yeah, that might be a bit of work. Might take more time to like get groceries and all that. You have to figure it out. But I mean, it is an option. I think even in Japan, it should be an option. Right, but yeah, I understand. Organic food is probably not all that prevalent in Japan, as much as it is in Europe and the United States. Because it is there in the United States, but the United States has other problems. Because even the organic food there is still like contaminated. Because there's just tons of pesticides everywhere. It's like US has like become really polluted. Yeah. And I hear so is China. Right, anyhow, yeah, good luck. If you want more tips or whatever, I'm always here. I can always talk about that. About food, it is a good subject for me to talk about. And I have talked about it in the past, and I think I've been pretty consistent with my advice over the years, and there's probably people that have really take note and like improved their eating quality using that. Like it's just one difference between just a normie and somebody like me, and that is that you just take it serious and realize also that like you have to really figure it out for yourself. You have to like have your, just like you basically in a way need to be your own doctor to take responsibility medically for yourself, instead of just handing it out to somebody else always so that you don't think about it. You have to have a grip on it. Well, the same goes for food. You actually do need to like really learn to understand it if you want to eat healthy. Because there is like just incorrect things about it out there too, and just weird rumors, and especially when it really goes mainstream, you always got to look at it with some doubt. Like, okay, the government says this, well, really look into it, because usually when the government does that, it's actually completely wrong. Like the food pyramid has been super wrong for decades. It's only recently that RFK Jr. in the United States like turned it around and actually made it into a food pyramid that makes sense. And I know it makes sense because me and a lot of other people already realized like it used to be nonsense, and then like together all figured out what is actually the healthy necessary foods, etc. There's a lot of people that just worked on it, figuring it out outside of the government. And because of that, there's a lot of people that can just look at it as like, hey, this thing actually is good, because we already know what's good. Right. Right, but typically I would say with all food, it's really important that your fats are unpolluted. So if you like can't just afford everything organic, or you can't always get it, well, you don't necessarily have to eat everything organic. But when it comes to fats, it's really important that you do. Because it just matters more. And also because, well, fats are very typically a gathering ground, a bioaccumulative substance for typical pesticides and herbicides to get dissolved into. So if it's non-organic fat, you're almost guaranteed to have some pollution like that. While with other foods, like let's say fruits, it doesn't necessarily have to be to have those toxic things on or in them that you would then get into your system. It's different. Although you don't really want like super pesticide sprayed fruits and shit. You have to still be kind of careful picking, but you have to just figure it out. Right, but when it comes to fats, it's really important that you basically get clean sources of that. Because if you don't, you're gonna bioaccumulate pesticide residues, and that's gonna really wear on your overall system and potentially on your brain and your metabolic functions, etc. And then, yeah, that's how shit goes wrong, by collecting pesticide in your fats over time. So, at least that is a very well established way that you can like develop disease on the long run. And you can reverse that by switching to purely clean fat sources that are all organic, because then body can use the clean fats to replace the polluted stuff with, and that way get the pesticide out of your system. Because without good fats to replace the polluted ones, it's going to have a lot more trouble getting those pesticides out of your system, because they stick to the fats. Anyway, so yeah, I hope that helps. Today's a bit of health show, I guess, and that's fine. It's good to talk about that sort of thing every now and then. To remind everybody, right? Let's take a look around. Whoa! The fuck? Prince Andrew arrested? Huh. I mean, he was stripped from the royal title and all that. Apparently he has now been arrested. Stunning. You'd almost think like, wait, they actually arrest you for crimes in Britain with the elites? Really? Or is this just an attempt to still convince everybody that they still do that? Because I'm pretty sure they were just completely maniacal and tyrannical over there, their government. They do a lot of terrible stuff. Apparently they did arrest him. Huh. Right, but I mean, yeah, they might be using him as the fall guy, right? That's a tactic of dealing with that. Like, I mean, so much of Britain is in trouble because of Epstein, their government class, and the nobility. And they might just be like, you know what, Prince Andrew, you already kind of sucked. We're gonna make you the fall guy, so you're gonna like make us look good by us being like, how dare you do that evil stuff? You're gonna pay the price for it. Well, they're probably, most of the half of them or whatever it is probably also doing that kind of shit in the background, and like it's still it's ongoing. It's messed up. But they might just be using him as a how do you call that? As a scapegoat for everybody to yell at that, and then that everybody should be like, oh yeah, thank God, there is some justice, while the rest can then get away. That sort of thing. So yeah, but I guess Prince Andrew is arrested, not just stripped of titles and all that. That already happened, but he's actually been collected by the police now. So yeah, probably hear more about that now. Because I mean, when that sort of thing happens, that does usually mean that like the entire book opens completely. Because now they're like officially disgraced, and then usually, yeah, they stop holding back, stop protecting him, and then you get to see what else he's been up to that you haven't heard about. Anyway. Oh, the Board of Peace. Trump is hosting the Board of Peace now. Right. Oh, and by the way, of course, remember Zelensky? Yeah, I know, we all want to forget about him because he's just super tedious. There was this whole thing where, oh, Trump is... the peace deal is gonna work, and I, like, immediately I said, like, no. I mean, I've been saying it for a while. Like, that guy will never stop. I think he's like in some weird death claw deal where if he ends the war, if he actually surrenders or whatever stops it, that they're gonna assassinate him. So it's like no matter what happens, he will always flip around and then continue the war. Like, even if nobody supports him, because he probably does it because he just doesn't want to die. Well, you should have made that stupid ass deal then, you idiot. What you get when you deal with the devil and you bet your life on it. I mean, what kind of idiot would bet their life on, like, oh, you get the power, you could be a dictator, and as long as you defeat Russia. What? Like, how could you be stupid enough to sign into that? Jesus Christ. What an idiot. People end up doing that stupid shit. I don't know why. Right, but yeah, he flipped around and it's like, oh no, I'm not gonna. He flip-flopped again. Dude, InfoWars yesterday was really freaky. Like, they got like a bunch of guys in there and they're basically talking about Atlanteans and shit. Like how the UFO people and the UFO relation with the CIA, like the X-Files stuff basically, and that they're basically saying like these are like Atlanteans. These are people that think that they are descendants of Atlantis and they want to keep all that shit secret, and they are basically savage Satanists delivered onto these spirits on the other side. And I mean, they might be right. I mean, I just see them as insane Satanists that are delusional and deliver themselves onto these spirits on the other side, but because I don't even see how that actually relates to Atlantis, other than they just realized the tech old Atlantis had and are withholding it from everybody. Does that mean that it's theirs, that they were the ones to make it? That they are really that old civilization that had that accomplished? I don't think so. I think it's just Satan having successfully destroyed that group and just putting on its skin, and it's like, I am them now. I really think it's that. I don't think they're freaking Atlanteans. I don't think it at all. It's just Satan, just trying to mind control everybody, right? Destroy your worst opponents, then make them into a myth, and then put on their cloak. And if somebody gets too close, you show that cloak to everybody and say, like, we were that ancient civilization. I mean, it's a great mind control trick. And I fell for it for a bit in the past, because they sort of did that. They didn't call it Atlanteans, though. Or did they? They might have actually have called it. It just kind of slipped by. It's... Anyway, it does just seem like it's satanic appropriation. It's like cultural appropriation. They just, well, put on the cloak of a vanquished enemy and claim that they are them. I really think so. I think that's what they're doing. I don't believe they're actually related to Atlantis at all. They're just fools getting beguiled by demons and using the demons' tricks. Right, but there were tons of items about it yesterday on InfoWars. It was like quite surreal to listen to that show. Right. Anyhow, is anybody still there? Toripur, you still there? Cleary? Mukachu there, you still there? Right, I don't know. Maybe I'll just round out the show otherwise. But I mean, yeah, yesterday with the InfoWars and all the Atlanteans, they did just like do the whole alien thing again. What they're basically saying, the way they're putting it together to like make it fit heliocentrism, of course, to like it was aliens, is to say like, oh, Atlanteans were actually descendants of aliens that changed humanity. It's just a replacement of the fallen angel story, really. Falling asleep? Oh, okay, that's fair enough, dude. It is really late over there. I hope you got something out of it. Out of our conversation. You go to bed? Alright, hey, have a good night. Have a good night rest. And, like, see you tomorrow, I think. Hopefully. Or in the weekend. I saw this weird talk too about discombobulator, and they're just calling it so super tedious. Bending space-time. Oh, they just created like a magnetic field of some kind, something that like then disrupts, contorts standard physical workings of things, and they call it bending space-time, where really weird shit starts to happen. And there was a bunch of stories about like basically a monolith, like the monolith from Space Odysseys, where if you would approach it, you'd like become stuck in its magnetic field. You would feel it, and then like weird shit starts to happen, and like you would be able to like even contact the extra dimensionals and all that. It's like, whoa, okay, freaky. I definitely believe that that is a thing, but I mean, does that mean that what they say about is out there is really that, or did they just pick upon this stuff that exists? Might not be there anymore, or it might be somewhere else, but they're talking about it. Magnetic field tech, where basically, yeah, you tap into it, like your spirit like becomes intertwined with it, and then yeah, weird things start to happen, including the proclaimed bending of space-time, where literally time slows down and shit when you're in the field. It's weird ass shit talking about. And I mean, it just really feels like a bunch of like typical CIA rumors. The same as like having big portals, although dude, I am not gonna exclude that that's even possible. When you're dealing with energy tech like this, yeah, you can do weird shit with it that would seem completely magical, which could include portals, where you just have a building, and the way it works, it just creates this energy field, and then it's just like a doorway, it just opens and you just walk through it from one location into the other. Like, as we know, portals, yeah, that might eventually come forth. I mean, there's all these rumors about it existing, but I mean, that is just the typical US sort of CIA type stories, and you never really know whether that's true or just to seem very advanced secretly, right? Because that's a tactic. It's a bluff tactic. You never admit it, but you just spread rumors about incredible things. And it might be a diversion, or it could be real. You never really find out. But I mean, you can't tell when they just craft in nonsense aspects, when it's like, oh, the secret moon base. Yeah, no, there is no moon. Stop it. There's no place you can land. It doesn't exist. Yeah, it's just a hologram. But I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't have pretty remarkable, surreal technology where you could move from one place in the realm to another. Yeah, that could exist, or come back into existence. It could have existed, it might again exist. Who knows? For me, it's always like, okay, if you do that, what's the consequences of it? Can you just do that? Or is there like side effects like, oh yeah, that works really well, you can go there instantly. But if you do it enough times, you literally lose your soul and become possessed and won't even realize it. That could be part of that. Probably not gonna tell you about it. Because yeah. But I mean, do you really know what the side effects is? A lot of these like super heavy, powerful things, they mostly seem to be like very convenient for the evil ones because they're already completely depleted. They have nothing to hand in. They have no part of their soul they sacrifice in order to use it. They can just use it without any consequence. But it doesn't mean that people that do have souls that aren't just monsters can also just use it for free without any price on their soul. That's a thing. It's a thing. I know that's a thing. So I'm always very careful with that, with assumptions about it. Like technology, the more advanced it becomes, it potentially comes with actual risks that are spiritual. It really does. I firmly believe that. Right? And I mean, in a certain point of view, it is palpably true. Like even with computers, like computer dependency, internet dependency, mobile phone dependency, that stuff has like dramatically changed the psychology of people. It just noticeably has. It's not just food. It has changed things. So logically, that change is the price. Did they know that price when they started out with it? Or was everybody just, oh wow, the convenience, oh my god, everything gets better, we're going into the future? Or do you know what you're actually laying down by embracing this? What you're gonna lose because of this? I doubt it. Very few people would have seen that, and when they would speak up before it would happen, everybody would just call them a technophobe. Or a religious fundamentalist, right? Because I mean, the Amish also realized this. They live that law. They know. That's why they try to stay away from electronics. Because they know. They know there's a price. And the Western world is just like they've paid that price, and in many ways they've lost their soul and their joy in the little things. It's rampant. And the Amish, they don't have that issue. They still have issues, of course. You always do. Like, doesn't matter how pure you are, how right you do things. We're in this world to be challenged by God, right? So it always ends up happening. You're always going to have some kind of issue. They probably have more social interpersonal issues because they are more dependent on communicating with each other directly. So that is where problems will emerge, right? Remember those times where families used to bicker every now and then with each other, or mom and dad just go verbally fight things out? Yeah, that happens less because of the deflection through the internet. Kind of took that away. Also took away the good things, though. Well, the Amish haven't let the internet take that away, so then outsiders will see, like, whoa, they're actually really having a verbal argument. Out here, it rarely even happens anymore. There's much less open verbal fights out there now, because people have just deflected their social attention and life towards the internet. So that's where a lot of the anxiety and extremities now express themselves, and not in face-to-face situations. It's just a fact. Right? So it is always like this. if you want to purify, to get away from the sin and get away from the price of sin, well, you can't escape it though. It's like no matter where you go with it, how pure you become, it's part of the challenge of the designer. It just happens. It balances itself out. The ego creates it, which is a part of you. Right? And the same goes for luxury. Like luxury is also like the idea like, oh, if I just don't have to do all these things, and I'm free and I'm a king. Well, guess what's gonna happen? Your ego is gonna frickin' mess with you and you're gonna find new problems. Because it's part of the human condition. And then you get the luxury problems that will seem like genuine problems to you, but it's because you forgot that it only emerged because you have all this time on your hands, because all those other issues are no longer issues. You managed to bypass them. Right? It's part of the human predicament. Add that to the title. Right, so now, early bird 2552, the good fats and how industry moved standardization towards convenience over health, and the human predicament, you cannot escape struggle. I think that pretty much summarizes. Appreciating it out there. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you do. I'm not seeing any for some reason. Yeah, it's a late show. I told you I was gonna be late. I think I've made sense today. Hope it's worth it. Interference in elections, including in the Netherlands. Huh. Of the EU. I didn't know that was all like out in the open like that. I had my suspicions, but man, it does feel like it is really moving though. Like this is actual process. I think it might actually resolve eventually. It just feels more like there's actual hands-on in the situation, and I really hope so, because I mean the EU is just a disaster at this point. Their insane warmongering directives. And just all this censorship, like this idiotic, stubborn will to just like, no, you have to think our way. Like, no, we do not, you fucking idiots. Just stop. Just stop. Nobody wants what you want. You're just trying to rob everybody. Like, nobody's falling for these stupid tricks. Like, I don't even think that what they're doing would have worked like 80 years ago. It is really low quality. It really is. It's low quality mind control. Ill-conceived, cheap, delusional, driven by delusion, not realistic, failing, like destined to fail. That's what they're doing. That's the EU. That's the NATO. Like, it's not gonna work. It just won't. Stop. All right. Russia warns the Netherlands. Yeah, if you're gonna send your pilots and your soldiers in Ukraine to fight Russia, they're gonna get shot down. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad they're just saying that at least. Like, hey, we don't want to shoot down your soldiers, but like, we are gonna, though, if you're just gonna have them join up with Ukraine, you idiots. Because apparently Dutch F-16 pilots with F-16s are, yeah, they moved in Ukraine. You fools. Like, I just wonder, like, how these guys that are like those fighter pilots, like, how much have they been fooled? Are they like in some like kind of pact where it's like they just have to do no matter what because they took certain money or something? Like, why the hell would you agree to take part in the war in Ukraine like that? With like how everything goes out, it's crazy. So you almost gotta wonder, like, did they take some secret money ticket from the EU or something, backdoor NATO deal, so they have to go? Because I don't know why the hell you would ever agree to go in there if you could say no to it. Right, but hey, maybe they're totally into it. Maybe they're a fan of Ukrainian Nazis, or they're actually Satanists. So they're like, okay, fine, we'll do it. Because we want this thing to keep going too. I don't know. I don't know who those guys are. But I will call them extremely foolish, though, for doing it. What a waste. And I mean, I've seen like a lot of like military technological developments, especially really good anti-drone stuff. Like, really good. Some devastating type munitions too. It's pretty fucked up. But I mean, like in Russia, I saw like a really good anti-drone mini drones. It was like shocking. Like fully automated. Like you hear a drone, you grab it, you launch it, it just finds the fucking drone even if you can't even see it with your eyes, and just boom, it's gone very quickly. It's probably gonna be more difficult if there's like a giant swarm of them, but like if you're a group of soldiers or whatever and you hear that, well, then you have something to defend against it. So it looked pretty good. I don't know. And maybe they could like freaking mass produce it. You could like have a vehicle that just could deploy like these anti-drones, like 50 of them. Basically like a manned vehicle that just has like anti-drone depositing things in it. I don't know, man. Who knows where they're gonna develop it, but I mean there is like development going. I've seen some. It's interesting. I mean that must be very reassuring if you have one of those things as a foot soldier. Cause the god, this freaking drone. Ugh. I mean, dude. Being part of the military like that in this age is just so freaking scary, man. Dude, if I'd be like forced somehow to participate, I'd just go crazy. I would have a total meltdown. End up like a paralyzed, quivering pile somewhere. It's like, I can't do this, I can't do this. I don't know, man. I hope I wouldn't like get shot or something. But my god, dude. I don't know like how these soldiers like can keep it together, going in and doing that. I do respect it. I think it's crazy too, but I do respect it. I don't know if I could. I mean, unless it's like, okay, everybody's gonna die anyway, so then like, okay, I might just as well try to play soldier for a bit. But I mean, that is like, yeah, when everything is lost kind of thing, and I don't see that happening. I don't think that's gonna happen throughout my life. I think it isn't part of the vision, right? The vision that I had convinced me of that. It's mostly a long ride, very tedious, and people lose their minds and then convince themselves it's the end just so they could just move out of it, even if they risk death. Like that's kind of part of the setup, and it's just like really a long-term keep it together, just survive, don't give in to madness. That's the challenge now, for me at least, and for some other people too, I bet. And I hope that everybody realizes that. Just pressure to give in, pressure to just want some freaking way out of it when there is none except for hooks that are gonna make you into their tools, potentially risking your life. It's a trick. Like, how much pressure can you take? Great. Anyway. Hope everybody's appreciating the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. Man, it's interesting to see. Like, Forum for Democracy in the Netherlands is like they are making a real effort here. They got a lot of guys actually just working on the media apparatus of it too. It's really noticeable. There's noticeable growth. It's not just, oh, we got more numbers. No, it's like more people working in it now, and it's like, huh. it's fascinating, like and very reassuring, right? But they're growing, and in the meantime, there's still all this stupid propaganda about how they're Nazis. But I mean, it's really evident that people are not buying into it. It's actually arguably making Forum for Democracy a lot more popular. It might have a giant elastic effect, even in the more or in the less informed public. That they're just. That's why it's a little trick that I say now. There's people out there like my roommates who are completely fucking ignorant about politics, like so ignorant it's just shocking. Like they don't know anything, like anything. And I just tell them, okay, who should you vote for? Well, pick the candidate that is being called a Nazi by the mainstream media. That are like ranting and raving about it and like getting really excited. That's always the candidate to pick. Like every time, pick the one they call a Nazi. Like it doesn't really matter who the fuck they are. If they are called a Nazi, that means they're a threat to this monolithic New World Order satanic apparatus. Whether you want to recognize that or not, you'll certainly recognize that things are going to hell, so you don't want that, right? So you pick the one that the mainstream media calls a Nazi. It's the only right thing to do. It's really that simple. They're never actually Nazis. Right? Because if they were, well, then the mainstream media is going to be apologetic for them then. Right? Just like Zelensky in Ukraine. Like in Canada. Oh, praise the soldier. He fought in World War II. What a hero. Yeah, he fought on the Nazi side. Oh, praised. Getting praised by the mainstream media. Yeah, because the actual Nazis. And yeah, you can think of them whatever you like. It's a complicated situation, but they don't get like the mainstream media doesn't bully actual Nazis from World War II. They don't. No, they only call people Nazis when they are an acute threat to their monolithic power. So if you don't know what the fuck's going on in politics, I recommend you do not frickin' read into the party program because it's all bullshit. All of it. Like, it's just the carrot they want you to bite into that you will never get. It doesn't matter what the fuck it says. You will never get that. I don't have to read to know 100% certain that whatever they're telling you they're gonna do, they're not gonna do it. There's only one measuring stick that you should use to determine who you're going to vote on, and that is the person or the political party that the mainstream media conspirators that are dirty bastards and lied to you about all those things in the past, the one that they call Nazis, that's the one you got to vote for. Not because they're Nazis, but because they're the only ones that are actually a threat to the monolithic conspirators, which are also like part of Epstein. Yeah? The mainstream media is part of Epstein. Like, so you want to vote against Epstein? Very simple. You pick the political party or the candidate that is being called a Nazi by them. Done. It's that simple. It really is. Yeah? It's a winning formula, and it is that simple. You can literally tell a mongoloid person, a Down syndrome person this, and they'll get it. Like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because it does. It's that simple. Anybody can understand this. It sounds childish, right? Just vote on the one they call a Nazi. Yeah, but it really is that. It's that blatant, it's that simple, and they're always going to end up doing it. Like, they can't help themselves. Even if they find out, like, wow, everybody that we call a Nazi, they vote on those people. They support them. Maybe we should stop calling people Nazis. Nah. What the fuck else are they gonna do, right? These people are so set in their ways, they can't change. They can't stop doing it. They can't help themselves. They will keep doing it because they just can't help themselves. So it is a long-term winning formula, right? And of course, the massive irony of it all is that these deep state Epstein conspirators, the media and government, the NATO, the EU in this case, but also in the US it's there. It's a lot of places. But we're talking about the EU now. Yeah, they call people Nazis. It's very blatant that they are Nazis. Some of them are literally descendant of like Nazis. Or like Nazi bankers. It's just like it's right there. And they don't really talk about it. Right? And yeah, well, knowing that, it's like, yeah, the Nazis have went to a new tactic. They are now communist rather than fascist. That's their thing now. They're more into that. And they just call their political opponents Nazis when they are Nazis. Yeah, just like, well, projecting, right? Because that's what a good systemic communist does. Accuse your opponent exactly of what you are. So that's what they do, systemically. Use it. Know it. Yeah? Vote on the one that they call Nazis and you'll help your country. I promise you. It's the only thing to do. Right? Because again, if you just start looking into freaking programs that promises, it's all bullshit. If it's not just overtly wrong, then it's just a false promise that like most likely most of those political parties, especially the extreme left ones, the ones that are like keeping the reins on, like that are being part of a deep state, they lie about everything. They say one thing and then they do exactly the opposite. I mean, especially VVD does this like no other. They put on a populist mask, and then as soon as they win, immediately throw it in the trash and do exactly the opposite. They've done this so many times, it's insane. And people know it, and they are sick of those guys. But the other parties do it too. CDA does it. Green Left does it. They all do it. Because they're basically one party with multiple faces. Right. So yeah, that's my tips on how to vote. If you don't really, if you're not all that informed about politics, just do that. And I mean, tell people this. If you dare. Tell them this. Like, oh, you don't know what to vote on? Simple. You vote on the one that the mainstream media calls a Nazi. Sounds shocking. It's a winning formula. Not because you're a Nazi, not because then the Nazis will fix it. No, because it's a lie and they can't help themselves. The one they call a Nazi is the one they actually perceive as a serious threat that they need to stop. Because it could collapse them. They always end up calling them a Nazi. That's the winner. That's the one you gotta vote for. You tell your relatives, tell your friends. It is a winning formula. Right? And it's so simple because it doesn't require people to be super informed. That's why it's a winning formula. It's that simple. You can make dumb people or people that aren't really interested in things understand this. Right? You're not gonna force them, oh, you have to read into this and that and that. Yeah, most people just don't do that. So you just say this. Very simple. Do it. And it's funny because for me, it is a tactic that I've learned well in my early teens. I learned it very young. It's like, oh, wow, you just do exactly the opposite of what the mainstream says, no matter what. only thing you have to do is just believe it's a lie and then do exactly the opposite, and then you win. And it works in many ways. Right. Wow, it's past 5 now. I did start very late today. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. I'm doing good. I'm fine. I might be a little bit late tomorrow because I got a couple of appointment things. So I am gonna round out now. Thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the gift card, PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are all in the description box below, or send me super chat over to Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I can really use it. Still have the first person to try out sending me a gift card. I would really like to see whether that even works or not. If you can actually do that, like from outside of the Netherlands. I don't know, because nobody's trying it out for some damn reason. I don't know why not. Ugh. So yeah, somebody please tell me if you want to do it. Then you can get my address data to do it. See if it works. Right, so I'll be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2553 on a Friday. Again, I might be a little bit late. Not as late as today though. Hope to see you all then. Everybody have a great rest of this Friday, and until the next video, keep it flat.